Hey guys, what's up? JWhisp here, and welcome to episode 4 of the Minecraft RTX Survival Let's Play. Here we are back in our amazing world. We're making lots of really good progress, and I'm having a lot of fun in this RTX series. Again, I said this in the last video, but if you guys have any suggestions as to what you want to see me build or do in this Let's Play, definitely let me know in the comments down below, because I think we can make some really cool builds with RTX. Now, before I start today's episode, I want to briefly mention that for the last few weeks, I've been working on a sort of SMP with a bunch of large creators from YouTube, Twitch, and even TikTok. And so if you're interested in watching it, checking it out, or even potentially joining yourself, I'll leave some links in the description to information and social media pages about the SMP. But anyways, for today's episode, I have some fun plans. In the last episode, we found an abandoned mine shaft with a few different cave spider spawners, and since I want to hopefully defeat the ender dragon soon, I'm gonna need a lot of XP levels to enchant some good armor and weapons. And to do that, I think it would be smart to make a cave spider XP grinder. I'm gonna show you guys a super simple but also efficient design to turn your cave spider spawner into an awesome XP grinder to get you tons and tons of XP. So if you guys want to make this for yourself, let me show you the materials you'll need. It's actually really easy and really cheap to make. All you'll need is one hopper, you only need one chest, I just brought two, an iron trapdoor. You could use a wooden trapdoor, but iron works a bit better. About 64 and 64 of any block or slab you want, it really doesn't matter. Optional is a little bit of glass. The glass just allows you to see what's going on inside the farm after it's done being built. You don't need the glass, I just put it there because I think it makes it look a bit prettier. Also, I brought a lot of torches because it's going to be really dark and you want to light up the area, especially you want to light up the spawner so that a bunch of spiders aren't spawning while you're trying to make this. I just brought a ton of torches though because since RTX and ray tracing is so dark underground, I'm gonna need a lot of torches. Besides that, you'll also need some water buckets and of course a pickaxe for digging. After that, all you need to do is find yourself a cave spider spawner, which thankfully for me, I have like 4 different ones to choose from in this abandoned mine shaft. So just go to it and let me show you guys the next step. So first we're going to start by digging out the actual room that this spawner will be in. What we're going to do is go to the spawner, and in each direction we need to dig out 4 blocks to make a giant square. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, for the left and right of me, it's really easy because I don't need to do much digging. But what we're going to do, even though it's 4 blocks on every side, on one of the sides, pick whichever one you want to be the front of the spawner, we're actually going to dig forward 6 blocks. So I'm just going to choose this side since it's already dug out for me. So in the end, you'll have 4, 4, 4, and 6 to make a giant rectangle. To show off what it looks like in the end, I'm going to dig it out really fast and fill it all in so you guys can see what it looks like. Alright, so when you're done, your room should look like this. 4 blocks in this direction, 4 blocks in this direction, 4 blocks in this direction, and then 6 blocks in this direction. Now, as for the actual height of the room, you're going to want your ceiling 1 block above the spawner, just like this. And also, I would take a slabby boy and put it on top of your spawner. This just helps to prevent spawning for the time being on top of the actual spawner. And then as for the floor, what you're going to want to do is dig 2 blocks down below the spawner and then do that for the entire room. If you have random gaps like this in the ground, you can just fill it in with your cobblestone and you should be all set. Also, be careful. Be really careful. Make sure you keep this area lit up. Even if you have the spawner lit up pretty well, there is a chance that other mobs can obviously spawn in the room, and you don't want that happening, especially if something like a creeper were to spawn and just totally ruin your entire thing. You want to be careful because if you accidentally break the spawner, you can't get it back. You're kind of screwed. There are other spider spawners usually in an abandoned mine shaft, but I would still keep it safe and, you know, play it safe. But yeah, I'm just going to finish digging out this entire room, the entire floor, 2 blocks below the spawner, and then we can start working on the actual mechanism to move the spiders and ultimately kill them. One thing I should also mention is don't worry about making this entire room uniform. Half this room is cobblestone, stone, diorite, dirt, coal. It doesn't really matter. No one and you won't see the inside of this room at all. It'll be totally covered up, so I wouldn't really stress about making the inside look super nice. I guess if you want to, you can, but honestly, it's just going to be a waste of material. Alright. Alright, so here we are. The entire room is finished. Now what we're going to do is go to the back wall. And again, the back wall is going to be the one across from your 6-block gap. So go to the back wall, go to the corner, doesn't matter which one, take a water bucket really fast, and place it down. This will just help us count 8 blocks. What we're going to do is break this first block right there, and let's break the fence under it too, place another block there in its place, just so it's a flat block. There we go. We can go back, pick up the water really fast, place a torch again, and what we're gonna do is, in this entire front part of the room, dig down 1 more block. This is because this is the level where the water will drop, so it can just help us, you know, conserve a bit of water so we don't have to place as much. Just dig down this entire front area down 1 more block. So now that you have this dug out, what you're gonna do is, right here, make a little staircase and go down 3 blocks. What we're gonna do is have this little trench here extend 10 blocks back. This is gonna be the little place where we'll actually move the spiders to where we're gonna kill them. So this in total, this little hallway is 10 blocks long, and then just halfway through after the 5th block, I just went down 1 block. That way we can have the water travel the whole 10 blocks and bring the spiders over there. So once you've completed this little trench, what we're gonna do is go to the very end of it. Let's grab a stone brick to sort of mark the last block of this trench. And what I'm gonna do is just dig forward a couple blocks and pretty much just hollow out a big room for me to use. This is just going to be the actual room where we will kill the spiders, have our chest, have our hopper, all that stuff. It doesn't really matter how big this room is. It only needs to be like pretty tiny. I'm going to make it pretty decently sized though, just so I have enough room. I'll probably keep maybe, you know, an enchantment table down here so I can do my enchants. Maybe a little lava pit or cactus pit to throw out all the spider junk I don't need, all that stuff. But it really doesn't matter how big you make this. You can really make it however big you want. I would just hollow out a decently sized room so you have some room to work with and whatnot. Let's see what's probably a good size. I'll place a lot of torches around here too to make sure no mobs spawn. I mentioned earlier, make sure you keep your area lit up well, and even though I had torches everywhere, there was actually a creeper that spawned in that room I was digging out while I was digging it out on the opposite side, and so I had to kill it. Thankfully, it didn't blow anything up. But there we go. I mean, this is a pretty decent room right now. This should be good. I don't need it to be super big. I'll probably block off these walls in a little bit too, but right now I don't really need to do that. I guess I can just to keep myself safe, but it doesn't really matter too much. Let's grab the cobblestone. Again, this room, this is the room where you're going to want it to actually look a little bit pretty. I'll make it look prettier in the future. I'm not too worried about that right now. But this is the room where you'll actually be killing the spiders and have all your stuff. The spiders will come in through this pit and you'll kill them right here. But now let's work on the actual mechanism for moving the spiders so that you can kill them and get their XP. Alright, so next what we're going to do is go back in this little hallway and break the first 2 blocks. What you're going to do is replace that with your chest and your hopper. So take your 1 chest, boom, and then take your hopper going into the chest, and then on top of the chest, place your iron trapdoor, just like that. Oh man, the iron trapdoor looks so good with RTX. Man, that's awesome. The reason I brought 2 chests is just to have more chest space, but I don't think I'll use it because just having the 1 chest will help keep this whole thing symmetrical. I know it looks like a mess right now, but we'll make this look prettier later on. Okay, so now it's time for the final part of the spawner. So what I did was just quickly make an infinite water source in this corner because we'll need a lot of water. And what we're going to do is hop back up in here, go to the back wall. We can break this torch. I'll also have some extra torches just for now. Place these torches around here, and on this entire back wall, just fill it up with water. This is going to take a little bit. If you have more water buckets, that would make your life easier. But pretty much what we're going to do is fill up the entire back wall with water, then fill up this trench with water, and then after that, we are pretty much done with this farm. A few more buckets of water and we should be good. I want to work fast with this though, because once we fill that in and take out the torches, spiders will start spawning and I don't want to get harassed by a bunch of spiders. So let's swim up here. Might take a second. Oh, there we go. Let's see, this might be enough water. I might need a few more buckets of water. Let's see if we can fill in this entire back wall. Oh, there we go, we did it. So we have all this water flowing back. So what we can do now is break all of these torches. And also what we're going to need to do really quickly is break this, not that block, break this block right here that is level with our feet. Just break the entire layer, and what we're gonna do is replace that layer with slabs on the top part of the block. This will just prevent the water from actually flowing into this little area, so it's a little easier for us to work around. After that, we are almost done pretty much. Take a cobblestone or whatever block you want and just fill in this little staircase we made. We broke it off just like that. So then this entire pit should be void of water. And then what we can do is just quickly, let's keep this area lit up. I'm gonna fill in this little part right here. Doesn't really matter. But we have that filled up. Let's break this cobweb. We can break the torches in this trench, grab our last water bucket, and place it, oh, I can't even see it, place it at the end of this trench. And there we go, we are pretty much done. What I'll do is, let's take our glass, I guess, just take some blocks and make it so that spiders won't come in here. And there we go. We're pretty much set. This little area right here is where you'll actually kill the spiders. The spiders can't fit through. It's super dark. I can barely see, but spiders will start spawning and coming down here. So let's just wait for them. Oh, also, if you want to be extra safe, you can take your slab, place it on the block above the hopper right there, and then above that block, place your glass or whatever block you're using. That way you have a very small gap that the spiders can actually fit through. Well, they won't fit through, but they'll come right here and then you can just kill them. Their items will go in the hopper and their XP will come to you. Alright, I went in there and broke all the torches, and as you can see, we have tons of spiders spawning. I did place one torch immediately right in the trench, but I don't think that small light level will affect the actual spawning of spiders. But as you can see, we already have tons of spiders spawning, and since they actually have the ability to jump and move around, normally Minecraft, once there's more than 25 mobs in a single block, it'll just start automatically killing them, but it actually won't with these spiders since they have the chance to move around. So you can actually just AFK for hours on end if you want, and just spawn tons and tons of spiders. Now, be a little careful because it can cause lags. It causes a bit of lag once you get like a couple hundred spiders and stuff like that, so be safe. If you want to AFK while not having tons of spiders spawn lagging at your computer, you can easily just download an auto clicker, or you can, if you can make your mouse automatically click, place some sort of book or something on your mouse. I've done that before, and that works fine, but I definitely recommend an auto clicker. Some people consider that cheating, so you don't have to use it, but there's tons of auto clickers out there you can easily get to just set your mouse to automatically click every few seconds, so it'll be automatically killing the spiders and get you XP. Now, I'm probably just going to AFK here for a bit and see how much XP we can get, but even after just 1 minute of sitting here talking to you, we've already gotten a couple XP levels from killing these spiders, so this works really well. Obviously, it's not as efficient and not as crazy as getting you XP as maybe a giant Enderman farm, but again, you can't get that Enderman farm until you defeat the End Dragon anyways, and so until then, this is probably the best XP farm you can make, and it's super easy. You can obviously make XP farms out of zombie or skeleton spawners, but by far spider spawners are the easiest to find. Well, I've been AFKing here maybe for like 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, just killing the spiders, and we already have 25 levels of XP. So again, this is pretty much the best method of getting XP, before the end, making a farm like this. Again, you could make it out of skeletons or zombies, but I just find spiders are the easiest to find. I did break the torch inside just in case it did affect any spawning levels, which kind of sucks because I really can't see the spiders, but it's not too big of a deal. Maybe if I take a torch and place it right here, it'll help a little bit. Okay, that helps a little bit. I can at least see inside now, and that definitely helps. I also placed a cobblestone block right up there because the spiders seem to like to jump up a little bit. I guess if I wanted to, I could place another glass block right there to prevent them from jumping up, but they still come down every once in a while and I can kill them, so I'm not too worried about that. Another good method of getting XP besides this before you defeat the End Dragon would be going into the Nether. Mining quartz used to be pretty much the best way of getting XP besides making an Enderman farm. It's what I always used. It was pretty much the only method of XP getting I used. But ever since the Nether update, that method isn't as viable. The Nether is more dangerous with new mobs, and also quartz seem to spawn less frequently with all the new Nether biomes. They don't even spawn in the Basalt Delta or biomes like that. So I don't think quartz is necessarily the best method. However, if you have a nice flat Nether waste biome and you have some gold armor to spare and you want to go into the Nether, mining a bit of quartz will definitely get you tons of XP really fast. And with that, your farm is done. Now, I'm going to personally take a little bit of time and use some things like stone brick, maybe some glowstone or whatnot, and make that initial room where you actually kill the spawners look a bit fancier. So it'll probably look a little bit different than the thumbnail, just because, I don't know, I like my creations to look good. I'll also probably build a staircase from the overworld into where that farm actually leads. But anyways, guys, that's going to be all for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you found this tutorial helpful. The last time I've done a Bedrock tutorial was actually over a year ago, so it's fun to kind of do things on Bedrock Minecraft instead of just Java, because I always play on Java. I'm not super great with Bedrock tutorials, but I still know how to make simple things like skeleton farms, spider farms. I could potentially make an iron golem farm if I maybe looked up how mechanics work, but I'm not too familiar with all of that. Anyways, guys, again, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like on this, commenting, it really does help out the algorithm, and also subscribing to the channel for more. Anyways, guys, this is JWhisp, and I will see you guys all in the next one.